Okay guys, I was not even going to make this video about this, but actually when I looked on YouTube, I could find very little on mailboxes, how to repair them, put a spring on the door where the door will close itself, because sometimes the post person either forgets to close it or it just falls open. The wind may catch it. But I don't know why all mailboxes don't come with a decent spring. And some of them come with a spring along the bottom. I'll see if I can find a picture here. Yeah, I started off with a dead battery. I changed it. But anyhow, there's some mailboxes may come with springs, but they're not very strong. And they get weak and they fail. Then you're back to no spring on the door again. So I tried to come up with an answer, and I kept thinking, so trying and hunting down some kind of a spring, and I want to show you what I come up with, because the other day the mail person had so much stuff packed in this mailbox, my mailbox. I guessing that they closed the door and it was so much stuff there, it just kind of pushed the door back open, or maybe the wind pushed it open. You know, I'd rather blame it on the mailbox than I would the mailbox carrier, because you got to try to get along with your carriers. You piss one off, they can mess you up. They'll take your stuff to another address. Anyhow, I want to show you what I've done and go over everything and see if it may help you out. It's a simple plan. I'll tell you where I got everything. Here we go. Okay, this is the mailbox. I decided, well, I might as well just repaint it also. I'll go over that in a minute. But here's a spring, and here's a bracket, and up in here between this and that there is a magnet. So I added a magnet on there too. Let me see if I can get set up here where you can see it. I may have to go get a tripod. So there's the magnet. I think I got it adjusted right. I've had to shim it. I had to shim it up in there with some a paint stirrer, some paint stirring stick, flat stick. Cut it 2 times and wrapped it with tape and stuck it in between the bolts. I wanted to make sure the bolts were not going to be too long. And then down on the door, I had to do some shimming underneath here for it to come out flush. Because see how that lip is? Now this is a Rubbermaid mailbox, made by Rubbermaid. Somewhere's on there. Where's it at? There's their sticker. This is an old box. It is hard to tell there. It's hard to read Rubbermaid right there. Oh, it's upside down. I can barely see it goes this way. Rubbermaid. But and then the long one. So I got that on there. I got this on there. But then also I wanted the spring. See, the spring will pass up. It goes all the way down here to the door. But I knew I had to come out a little bit on the door for the spring to be able to pass up. And I knew I need to come out from the box for it to have room to move. Now this is the L bracket from Walmart. This is a flat bracket from Walmart. I wanted something to support it in between the plastic here on the inside and the outside. Now the spring is not a high tension spring, and I got it from a hardware store. I had to go to 2 hardware stores. The second one had it, and it was like $2 and something, but it's worth it to protect your mail in your box. No telling how many hundreds of dollars of mail boxes and stuff that's come through a mailbox, you know. So it needs protecting. But this is not a door spring. I don't know what this spring wasn't designed for anything special. It's just a lightweight spring, but you need to be able to pull it like that. If it's stiffer than that, it may be too stiff if you pick out one. But the flat bar here, Oh yeah, the washers and all that stuff, Walmart. This bar here comes from Walmart. Even if they don't push it all the way, at least it's going to go some of the way. And I probably could tighten this up a little bit more, maybe. I think this was on the side. It made it stronger. Let's see. It popped back down again. I may have to wire it to the side or something. But it's an old box, and but I figured, you know, do all that, and I had to put a bolt in down here because the other plastic piece that it pivots off of was gone. So I mean, it's due for some work. Took the flag off for now. I got the flag. It's outside. After I paint the box, I'll put it back on. But the flat bar is like a 4-inch. This is like a 4-inch flat bar. And see it's got it now. It's moved. Everything's moved around a little bit, and the magnet's really holding it good. But I guess I could have put a flat bar on the inside too, maybe. But I put these big old washers here to make sure that it's not going to pull through the plastic. And this is one of the big mailboxes. This ain't a little mailbox. They make some that look like this that's a little smaller. It's just a little bit smaller. You know, it's just smaller because I've got one of those out there too. But I'm sure I'm going to be real happy with this. Like I said, I could tighten that up a little bit. I could pull this back or tighten it a little bit. Let me set that on top up here and see what it does. And they, you know, even if it's full of stuff, you know, that should... I don't want it so tight the mail person can't open it up. And I don't want the spring so tight until it tears the plastic up. But it's doable. And if they push it all the way, that magnet will get it. But it's dragging up here. You know what? I may be able to sand off a little this right here. This right here. Just kind of sand it down. This is on the inside lip. If I sand that down a little bit, it may close even better. But I don't want to sand too much because that's the structure of the box. See, it goes all the way around. I don't want to sand too much, but I can sand a little bit right up here at the top maybe. I may do that and see if it closes even better. And then it's raining outside and it's like 8 o'clock or something. No, 6 o'clock. And it may be tomorrow before I can paint it and put it back on there. But this is the paint I'm going to use. This is for plastic. I like the Rust-Oleum. And if I would have thought about paint when I was at Walmart today, getting all this other hardware, I would have picked out maybe a little darker color or something. But this is probably going to do fine. See, it's paint and primer all in one. And it covers real fast. Oh, it's metallic. Aluminum colored. Uh-oh. May look like a metal box when I'm through. Also bonds to plastic. I like that. This has been out for a while, but you know, we get a lot of plastic products nowadays. And it's good to rejuvenate it. You know, you can do some plastic welding. I do plastic welding. Repair on plastic. And then you can sand it down and paint it with paint that bonds to it. But I think this is going to be okay. I just gotta get it outside, and it's got to quit raining where I can paint it. But that's a big old box. Let's see here. What about the paint can? The paint can almost stands up in there. It's so big. That's how big that box is. Yeah. That's how big that box is. But yeah, I think this is a good idea. The flat bar here and the spring. You may find a spring at an automotive place, I don't know. But I bent this here, as you can probably already know, this L-bracker. I bent this on around instead of cutting that off. And I drilled the holes through the plastic to match up the ones on the inside. Yep. I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to look like crap. I'll try to remember to maybe take a picture or video a little of it after I paint it tomorrow. That's it, guys. That's all I got to say. Go fix your box. I think I'm going to be happy with this. I don't care what the neighbors say. And I think they know I don't care what they say, what they think. If it works, I don't care what it looks like. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.
The next morning.
Hey guys, it's that moment. Put the color on there. And this is a sign I used to have inside the doorway. Had it right in here. Please keep, please close, yeah, mailbox door. I don't know if I need that on there anymore, because that looks like it's doing pretty good. Yeah, but I'm gonna hold on to it just in case I have to put it back on there. I mean, if they leave it open with the spring on there, I'm gonna go talk to the postmaster about them delivering my mail. But just dust coats. We're gonna start off with just some dust coats. So that's for plastic. I might have to put something over my face. You see, I taped up around the spring. I put a little tape inside where the door slides against the top. I don't want any paint there. I want it to be able to slide easy. And I didn't want any paint on the tape. I might have to go for a different color. This being metallic silver. The box is really pitted bad because it's old, been out in the sun, but it doesn't help it really look too good. I mean, I've seen aluminum foil look better than this. I don't know, maybe a second coat to do it. Let me get it finished up and we'll check it out. Okay guys, I did change colors on you because the silver, it was showing up, it was pitted looking on the mailbox. And but anyhow, I went with this color here. It's more of a what I call gunmetal metallic. It's not just a flat gray, but and I ran all this out. But yeah, I'm gonna pick up some more of this. I like to keep it on hand. I've used this color several times on other projects. But here's the finished product. It's not totally dry, but it's getting there. And yeah, look, closes good. And if it's pushed just a little bit more, that magnet really catches it good. So the spring is going to be a big help. Like I said, I run out of paint. This is about as good as it's going to get. But see how it passes up the pivot point here? It stays open good like that. But when it goes to close, it's on this side of the pivot point, and it takes off running. But it's not real stiff. It's just enough to pull it in there. That's what I'm saying. You don't need one too stiff. Let me go install it, and that's it. That's a wrap. I'll catch you later. Hope you learned something. I try to teach you. And I can get rid of this, I guess, huh? Not unless they don't close the door and put it back. Bye. See you later, YouTube world.
Viewing the video, or giving us a like, or subscribing makes us want to bring on a little more entertainment. Don't you agree?